Guys, I haven't been uploading for a while. I do not know why. I just haven't. Anyway, we're in chapter 4. Sepron the sea serpent, fire and water. Tom looked desperately for his shield. Where had he left it? Tom had spotted it when he encountered Storm. He grabbed it and yelled to the others, "Get away from the fire! I'll make sure it doesn't get to the boat." Elena and the others ran to a safe distance and watched as Tom... Beautiful drawings. You know, actually, Adam Blade did not draw the cover. I just realized. David Wyatt drew it. Crazy, right? Oh no, I just lost the page. Okay, yeah. Flung his shield up before the fire, standing as close to it as he dared. With the boat not far from him, he hot resin spat angrily as flames licked his shield. The heat from the fire stinged on here on Tom's arms, and he could barely hold the shield in place. "Tom!" Elena yelled. "It's not safe! Run!" "No!" Tom shouted. "I'm sure I can hold the fire back." He turned his face away to protect his eyes from the glare of the angry red flames. His tunic was damp with sweat. Gradually, the blast of flame grew weaker. Still holding the shield before him, Tom dragged some of the branches away from the fire and began to die down. Black smoke curled into the air. At last, Tom lowered his shield. "Is anyone hurt?" he asked. Yes, beautiful. Elena and Callum shook their heads. The little red-haired girl burst into tears. "I was only trying to help." Her father rushed up and hugged her. "It's all right," he said. "There's no harm done to Tom," he said quietly. "It's a good thing the ground was wet from the tidal wave, so the fire couldn't spread too quickly." Tom looked around. The earth was scorched and steaming. That fire could have spread not only to the boat and to the cottages, and then it didn't bear thinking about. He glanced over the clump of trees. This is a short chapter. Clump of trees where Storm was standing. Thank goodness the horse had been out of harm's way. Tom examined his shield and the gleaming bluish-black dragon scale in its scorched surface. Wizard Ajiro had been right. Ferndo's gift really was a protection against fire. Looking up, Tom saw Callum and his father staring thoughtfully at the shield, then at him. Tom's stomach lurched. What would he say if they questioned him? "Let's go back to the cottage," Callum said to his sister, patting her on the shoulder. Silver raced back along the shore and threw himself at Elena, who put her arms around the wolf's necks and hugged him. "Is he all right?" Tom asked. "Yes, he's fine. He wasn't anywhere near the fire." Scrambling to her feet, Elena gestured towards Callum's father, who was examining the repair to the boat. "Let's ask if we can borrow the boat." Tom nodded doubtfully. Would the fisherman be willing to lend them the boat? After all, Tom couldn't tell him the real reason he wanted to borrow it, or how urgent his quest was, but there was no other way to reach Sepron, and Tom had to save the kingdom. "We've got to wake up to the man." "Sir," he began politely, "may we borrow the boat? We'll take good care of it." The fisherman straightened up. "This is the only boat we have left. Do you really think I'm going to give it to you when we need it ourselves?" "We'll leave Silver and Storm here with you," Elena said, coming to stand beside Tom. "That way you can be sure we'll bring the boat back." The man shook his head. "I'm not calling you thieves, but anything could happen. There could be another wave or a storm, and the sea serpent's still out there. You might drown, and we'd never see our boat again." "But," Tom protested, "I'm sorry. The answer is no." He turned and walked away. Tom stared at him in frustration. Without a boat, how could they get out to sea and free Sepron? Elena spoke close to his ear. "We'll just have to borrow without permission." Tom stared at her. "What? We can't do that." but we'll bring it back. Tom, you know that there'll be more tidal waves if we don't free Sepron from Melville's spell, and there'll be no fish in the sea either. These people will starve. We'll be taking the boat on for their own good. Tom thought carefully. Should he be risking offending Callum's family or the whole kingdom destroyed by Melville's curse? He knew he didn't have a choice. We'll take the boat and row out at dawn, he said. That was the end of chapter 4. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe, because I think only like one subscriber. Anyways, see you next time. Forgot my pose.